Hey y'all, welcome back. So today I just wanted to do like a houseplant video, and pretty much like for beginners, you don't always have to go out and buy. I just want to talk about like starting out with houseplants. Like in the meantime, I like to have houseplants for when the winter comes. It gives me still gardening things to do to keep my hands getting dirty in soil. And so yeah. I don't really have a lot of house plants. I have like 3 aloe, 2 philodendron Brazils. One of my philodendron Brazils is mixed with the philodendron green, and then I have a pink Syngonio and a Maranta, and then I have the household staple Monstera Deliciosa. And I want to say like my Monstera Deliciosa started out small, and it's grown to this plant here. And I also want to say you don't have to go and spend big bucks on plants. Like when I got the Monstera for Mother's Day for my husband and daughter, it was $16. Some places you go, like I go to my local nursery, and it's like $40 for the size that I got. Maybe it's a little bit bigger and fuller, but for the most part it was the same size and it cost $40. So you can go to like your big box stores like Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, and you can find all the popular plants that everyone is wanting to fill their house up with. But I just recommend starting small. As for like this, I haven't repotted yet because actually I didn't purchase this one. My sister did. She got it from Walmart, which they had more. Like after she told me she got it, I'm like, ooh, I really want another one of those, because I used to have the one with the purple bottoms. I can't remember what it's called specifically, but this one is the Maranta Lemon Lime one. And it's very pretty, like the green and the markings and the variegation on there. It makes me happy. And one thing about these plants is during the day the leaves go up, the leaves go down. So it kind of tricks people into thinking like, oh, I need to water my plant, or oh, I haven't watered my plant, you know, or it's not getting enough sun, it's reaching for the sun. Actually, that's what these plants do. They go up and down. And this plant is pretty good. I think it's probably root bound and ready to be repotted. I just haven't got around to it because she literally just gave it to me Saturday. This plant takes medium light, and as far as watering goes, you don't want to let it dry out, but you don't want to overwater it where it's sitting in like soggy soil all the time. So you just want to keep it moist but not overly moist. And listen, look at your plants and they'll tell you what they want. He's gonna tear all my plants up. They'll tell you what they want. So if your leaves are curly, they're probably thirsty. If it's turning yellow like that, it's probably overwatered, which is one reason why I haven't watered this plant or repotted it yet. I was kind of letting it dry, because when you get plants from Walmart and Home Depot, they are drenched in water every single time. And also, so just so you guys know, they were just putting these out at Walmart like this past week, so there may still be more. And this plant costs $2.94. so that's a steal when some places sell these plants this size for like $15, which I've seen at my local nursery. So what a steal for this. And like I said, it's a household staple that everyone is wanting to get. I wouldn't say it's a beginner plant, but it's worth a shot. I think if you can buy them for cheap, it's always worth a shot. So, and give it a try. If it don't work out the first time, try again a second time. If it don't work the third time, don't do it again, because it's probably not you. It could be the environment. These plants, this particular plant needs humidity. And if you don't give it good humidity, the tips and the rounds will start turning brown and everything like that. But a good way to keep the humidity is to put a pebble tray underneath it and keep the rocks wet. Also, you can spray the leaves with water. Keep it around other house plants. Whenever you take a shower, keep it in the bathroom because your bathroom holds a lot of humidity. Let's see, what other good things you can use for humidity. You can put a humidifier around your plants. All those things work. So remember, Maranta, lemon lime, medium light. Keep the soil moist but not soggy because they do not like soggy roots. And keep it good humidity. Alright, so let's move on to, this is my Philodendron Brazil. I did not purchase this at Walmart or anything. I repotted it into this little, I think this is a 4-inch pot, and I bought it in like a 3-inch. It was in a smaller pot than this. I got it from my local nursery, and it was $3.99. It has put off a lot of growth since I purchased it. And a lot of times you can tell, people can't tell the difference between a pothos and a philodendron. How I tell is a philodendron has these heart shapes leaves. A pothos doesn't. It's more just round. Also, wherever new leaves come, a philodendron puts off like these brown things, which also you may think that your plant is dying, but it's not. Those are where new leaves have came, and you can just pick these off and it won't damage your plant if those bother you. They don't bother me. I keep it on both of my Philodendron Brazils, and they work just fine. So again, I got this for $3.99. It can take low light or medium light. I keep it in medium light mostly. If you want the variegation of the Brazil to come through, you mostly want to keep it in low light to medium light, because if you have it in bright light, closer to, the more light, the more chlorophyll that the plants will get, and chlorophyll is what produces the green in leaves. So for the Maranta, it's a lemon lime. You might want to keep it toward more light to get the green to shine more through. Philodendron Brazil, if you want the yellowing and the light yellow, keep it kind of away from the sunlight because you want more yellow, not green. Okay. As far as soil goes, I let it dry out between waterings. Once it dries out the top, then I water again, and it's doing fine. It's starting to vine, and it's doing good. Here's my other Philodendron Brazil mixed with the regular Philodendron green, and it has this pretty long vine that I love so much. I grew this over the summer to that size because they both started out like this. So, and also in the summertime, you can put your plants outside. I kept this Philodendron Brazil in a shady spot on my porch, kind of tucked off in the back, and it took off. That's how the vine got all the way down how it was, and it makes me happy. Oh, oops. Okay, and here is my pink Syngonium. I got this at the same place I got this little Philodendron. It cost me $3.99 as well, and since I've had it, it's given me 2 new leaves. One is, this was a new leaf right here, and here's the new one coming out too. And so as far as pink Syngoniums, I keep this in medium light. You can get them, baby. I keep this in medium light, and which again, to keep the chlorophyll from coming through, I'd rather have more pink leaves than green leaves, because who doesn't want a pink plant? As far as soil goes, I keep it in, I let the soil dry out and a top layer, and then I water. And a lot of times with plants, you want to make sure you at least go 2 inches down into the plant to make, because the top can be dry but the middle may be wet. So and your roots are further down. So sometimes, you know, just like I said, look at your plants. Like this one is curling, which I just watered it, but so it's fine. We talked about light, we talked about the soil, and we talked about keeping it away from so much sunlight to keep the pink coming through. A pink syngonium also vines once it produces more, and it just takes off, and once it fulls out, it becomes so pretty and it starts vining. And I love vining plants. That's one of my favorite things. And also, I forgot to say, the Maranta vines as well, once they fill out. So I'm not going to pick up this big old Monstera, but you can see it. Here it is. It's putting out 2 new leaves. Let's see. Here's the 2 new leaves that it's putting out. It is just one of my favorite plants, and like I said, it started out small and now it is just beautiful and big. And I keep it in this north facing window, which gets plenty of light in my house. This is my Amaryllis. Once again, I just bought that from Walmart, so it's growing, and I got it on sale for $2.50. So just know that you don't, to build you a collection for your house, you do not have to go out and spend so much money and be a beginner and be getting plants. Like, it's really not even that serious. Yes, planting and gardening is life, but I'm trying to tell you guys, this will get expensive, and if you don't want to put in all that money, I recommend starting small and building up, because believe me, a little sun and some water goes a long way, because that's literally all I've given this Monstera. And this philodendron here is water and sun. I put them outside in the summer, and you see it, it's right there in your face. You see the growth. So give it water and sun and love. Talk to your plants, pay attention to them. They tell you what's wrong with them. Yellowing typically means overwatering. Browning means underwatering or unfrequent watering. Watch your soil, check it daily. I really don't, because that's when you start itching and wanting to water and just wanting to do stuff to your plants. Just check them weekly. Once a week, pick a day. That'll be your days that you either checking and watering or just checking on them. But that's really all I had. I just wanted to come and give a couple tips and talk about the few plants that I do have. In the next clip, I'll show you the aloe veras that I have, because I keep them out in the garage. They're huge, and I really just don't have the space for them inside my house. Well, one of them's really huge, and it's pushing off 5 pups, which I'm like so excited about, and it's also flowering. And I've been hearing people say that when it starts to flower, that it reaches maturity level, and to get it there, it takes 4 years. I've had this plant since the beginning of 2018 or 2019, one of them. So it's either been a year or 2 years, and it's already flowering. So once y'all see the clip, y'all see it. And I kept that big plant outside in the summer and under a tree. And I also have an aloe vera video that you can check out for harvesting tips and just tips on caring for it. And during that time, there was only 2 or 3 pups, but like I said, now there's 5 pups, and I've repotted it since the last video. And I also repotted my other 2 aloes, and they've took off. And I actually have another one that I keep in a succulent. I'll show you guys all of it, and I keep it out in my garage, all like these aloe veras, my cactus little planter thing that I have a video on as well. And you guys will see this growth. Like, I just have an LED light in the garage that I keep on, and it's been working, and my plant, my aloe vera and my cactus and everything has been growing. So I'm going to show you that in the next clip, and so stay tuned. Alright guys, so as promised, I told you guys I was going to show you the aloes and how well they're growing. And here's where it's flowering, right here. And here are the 5 pups. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. And here are the other 2. This one took a big problem because it took me a while to repot it, but this one's coming back better than ever. This one's on its way. Okay, and let me show you the cactus and succulent planter, kind of like an update as well. Here it is. Excuse my mess in my garage. The cactus. Here's the other aloe in there, looking good. So yeah, you guys, and like I said, I have, like, I wonder if it's gonna show, just like this little LED light, regular garage light, and they're growing perfect. So alright, see you in the next clip. Alright guys, so just remember all the tips that I talked about, and remember to start small with cheaper plants, and don't worry about trying to get big plants and all that. Pay attention to your lighting in your house to know if your plant will actually be able to survive in your home. Also, pay attention to temperatures. So whenever you get a plant, make sure you look at the care sheets and see what it tells you. Do some research on it, and just make sure that your house is suitable for it. And when you first bring a plant home, don't always repot right away. Let it acclimate to the environment. I usually wait like a week or 2 before I repot any plants, and then I go from there. Let's see, what else should I remind you guys before I head out, because this is going to be the end of the video. So if you have any questions, drop it down below, and I hope you guys had a good New Year, and come back and see me.